is there. How lovely. Thank you, guys. Now, let's start. I'm going to show you who's in the studio here this evening for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see who's bravely struggled through the ash cloud to be in my slightly volcano-depleted green room this evening. But before we do, let me just say this. We had, this week, and we've got a great show for you, and you'll find out in a minute what we're doing, but we had, I think, probably one of the best lineups we ever had on the show this week. I mean, the guests we had, how excited we were. Did you know who was on the show this week? Yes. We had Robert Downey Jr. here on the show. Who doesn't love Robert Downey Jr? Gwyneth Paltrow was on the show as well. You've got to love Gwyneth Paltrow. I love Gwyneth Paltrow. We had Demi Moore booked to come on the show as well. That was going to be the show this week right here. Then the ash cloud happened. OK? Yeah. How do you think I felt? Consequently, the big stars, all those guests, they're still out there in America, right? But here's the lovely thing. We were talking to them and we found some replacements, OK? And we had one person booked who could still make it, although it was touch and go because he was out of the bloody country as well. But these guests, they wanted to do the show still because they love their fans here in the UK, OK? They adore me. and they do, they love me. They love me. And, most importantly, they've all got movies to plug. So we're going to have them still on satellite for you, live here this evening. We will still be talking to Robert Downey Jr, Gwyneth Paltrow and Demi Moore this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as I said, we already had one guest booked who could still make it. We had one guy booked. He's one of the new stars created by the hit TV show Pineapple Dance Studios. If you know him, you love him already. Here's Louie Spence. There he is. Hello, Louie. There's a new star glittering in the showbiz firmament, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't get me excited, I'll start spitting.
Memo to self, don't get Louie excited.
I'm already excited, I can't believe I'm on the Four Puffs.
Not for the first time, I'm sure. You know what's great this evening is, I can't speak very well. You've got a worse list than me. We're going to need to put subtitles on the show tonight. Louie Spence, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled you're here. Thank you for joining us. I'm very much enjoying seeing you on the Pineapple Show. Now, so early in the week, you know, we knew we had Louie. We thought we could just do the show with Louie, maybe. But I said to the producer of the show, no, come on. We don't want to compromise the programme. If we can't sort out the link to speak to our guests in America, pull out all our stops. Let's scour the country. Let's get the best UK name that £150 can buy. And we've done it. Will you please welcome the Bugatti-bothering behemoth of Top Gear, the next presenter of The One Show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's Jeremy Clarkson. Jez, how are you? You're looking good. You're looking good.
150 quid?
150, yeah.
I'm only getting 75.
Yeah, well, you know, your agent strikes a hard bargain.
I haven't even got an agent. You've just ripped me off.
Look at that. Well, he's a fine field of a man. Ladies and gentlemen, he just celebrated, can I say this, a landmark birthday?
Yes.
75 years. Man and boy, well, that's his showbiz age. He's actually near 80. Don't get Louie excited, he'll spit on you. And when we say...
I've got a great engine.
Look at that. Just enjoy that relaxed body language, will you, there for a minute? That's... Go on, get him. Oh, look, he's dancing already.
I'm not going to get under you, honestly.
Oh, God. OK, we've got to move on. We also have fabulous music here for you in the studio this evening. I'm thrilled he's on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my all-time favourites, one of the greatest performers, one of the greatest singers, songwriters the country has ever produced, the Modfather himself, it's Paul Weller. Paul Weller. Paul, good evening. The Governor. Great to see you. You're looking great.
Thank you very much.
Yours is great. Paul is going to be performing later on, and as a special treat, Paul, I don't know if you know this, Louie has offered to interpret your song through the medium of modern dance.
All good.
Yeah, I thought you'd be pleased.
Mad for it.
Paul Weller, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we get the show started with my first guest? Why don't we? Please welcome Mr. Jeremy Clarkson. It's nice to see you in a suit, and it's very lovely to have you here because Jeremy did step in. You know, he's always welcome on the programme because you're always a great guest, but you did step in and help us out, and I appreciate that.
No, that's very kind, and the £75 will come in handy. Although I must say, walking out, when you say to the audience, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have Robert Downey Jr, Demi Moore and Gwyneth Paltrow, but they're not actually here, so we've got Jeremy Clarkson. I detected a very noticeable groan.
Well, you're one of our biggest
I know you've come to see U2, but they couldn't make it. So here's Timmy Mallet. Sort of noise.
We did call him before you, but even so. Now, is it true? I've read online some people are trying to blame Top Gear. They try and blame Top Gear for most things, it seems, but they're trying to blame Top Gear for the volcano going off in Iceland.
I have to suppose it's fair enough. We are entirely responsible. We, genuinely did do it.
How did you do it?
No, we did.
How? Why?
When it first started sort of smoking, we thought it'd be quite good fun to go up there and drive over it. You know, how far?
Yeah.
So, obviously it's quite dangerous, so we sent James May to go up there, and he drove onto it, and the tyres actually caught fire. I mean, he was driving over the lava, and then, bugger me, and that was it, no more air travel. So James May is responsible.
James May?
No, and there really is. I mean, there's no way out of that. I mean, the Daily Mail inevitably rang up and said, you've done it. So we just thought, well, it's the only thing we can do is go, yes, we have.
Now, were you affected by the volcano? You said you were away. Were you away?
I was in Poland when it went off, or Berlin, somewhere, not here anyway. It was the most fantastic day. I was with James and Richard, actually. We'd been filming out there, and it was a really entertaining day, sort of ricocheting from various European capital to European capital. And we got back, but only about 6 hours after we would have got back had we just flown normally. So not really a very exciting story, unfortunately.
So you didn't really, but you weren't caught up in the whole chaos then?
Yeah, we were caught up in the chaos. There was the most marvellous, well, rather pitiful scene, really, at Charles de Gaulle Airport that we got to just before it shut. And that car hire place was just absolutely... You know, there was nothing left, although we had said to the car rental company, I can't name, beginning with H, the first time I've ever done this, listen, if you don't save us a car, we will unleash the forces of hell on you. This is Top Gear, so just pay attention. So there was just one car left in the car park.
So what was the car? What did you get? Was it
awful thing. No, dreadful, sort of Ford diesel of some sort.
Now, hold on. When you guys are together, if I'm out with friends and we're driving, when I'm driving, I always am the one who drives us back because I don't drink, OK? When you're out, if you're out with Richard and with James, is there a degree of competition, if you're all sober, as to who will get to drive? Do you all want to drive?
No, that was the very funny thing. As soon as we realised, after quite a hectic day's filming, and then we'd been to 5 European countries, we quickly realised that one of us was going to have to drive that last leg. That was going to have to be done in a car. And it just became a competition to see who could drink the most. So they couldn't drive. Just guzzling it. And because Hammond's quite small, he'd only had one beer by the time we got there, and it was down to him.
So he had to drive you back?
He had to drive us back, but he's so law-abiding. God, it's just got to do it. We really got to get to Calais in a big hurry. You've really got to... Oh, I don't want to get caught speeding. You're a presenter on Top Gear, for God's sake. But no, there's 80 miles an hour, which is the speed limit, all the way up there.
Yeah, but 80 miles an hour, this is the bloke who almost blew himself up on a rocket ship or something.
Yeah,
no wonder he wants to
that was the critical point. He didn't actually kill himself.
The least sympathetic friend anyone could have.
80 miles an hour, so we're never going to get back.
I know you're quite an opinionated fella. This is one of the things I admire about you. Do you think it's genuinely unsafe to fly at the moment, or when they issued the ban, which seemed fairly knee-jerk, but one could understand there's human lives at stake. But were you one of these people who thought, that's rubbish, I would fly through that, or did you think they were right to do what they did?
I thought it was very funny the way it was right. We must ban it. We must stop flying completely and altogether. Well, this terrible ash cloud we could all see. No, wait, couldn't see, but anyway, it was there. So we're going to do that. And then the airlines, after a while, went, look, we've looked at this, and it's costing us a lot of money, and as a result of that, it's now safe to fly. And so we're flying through it now, and it's somehow fine. Truth be told, a little bit of research I did into it, and it was nonsense. It can't bring a plane down.
It really can't bring a plane down. But didn't it bring a plane down once? I read somewhere that years ago it brought a plane down.
No, it did, because if you fly... You know, there's pictures on the news. I mean...
Yeah. You see that it looks scary where it is.
Oh, yeah, if you flew into that, yes, then all of that will go into the engines, and you'll make sulfuric acid. That's bad for an engine, sulfuric. I mean, I'm not a chemist, I just know...
there's a car near...
It's probably James May, but no, if you flew into that cloud, then you would get a lot of glass forming on the inside of the engine, a lot of sulfuric acid, it would eat that, and that would be the end of that. Yeah. So that's not good. But if you fly just to the left of it, see the blue bit, you'll probably be OK.
But, Jeremy, planes can't be... They're not steered like cars, are they?
No, you see, they do have steering wheels.
Do they? You can't see it. Yeah, but you've got to...
You can, honestly.
OK. Now, Jeremy, you recently became 50, so it's a milestone in anyone's life. It's a milestone.
4 months to go.
I've got more than that, haven't I? What's the month is it now?
November is your birthday, isn't it?
So what month is it now?
Not I'm a stalker or anything, I just know that. Where are we? May?
I've got 6 months,
April?
man. I've got half a year.
Half a year to go.
I'm still mid-40s then.
I'm warning you.
So,
I'm warning you, you won't like it.
I don't like it already.
No, you won't like it because it's every morning you wake up and a bit of your body that worked perfectly well yesterday has stopped in the night.
Which bit stops first?
Well, this is the worrying thing, if we're honest. I mean, I was blessed with a hair hole, you know, and bald at the back and getting fat.
You look good, you look good, you look good. Ish. OK, not so good.
It's an expensive suit, masking many, many things. But what I woke up on the morning of my 50th birthday with a terrible skin disease. I mean, properly bad skin disease.
That's what a horrible way to start your 50th year. So you woke up on your 50th birthday with some sort of scabies?
I'm like a grey face with a hair hole and then a scab. A weeping scab. That's all under this suit. There's just a weeping...
Wow.
And this is... Because I would imagine something fairly catastrophic is going to befall you.
No.
Well, your hair's quite good still, and you look...
Quite good. I look incredible for my age.
This is
Isn't
why...
that right? Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen?
He does, but...
Yeah, I got mistaken for a teenager yesterday.
Internally...
Internally, I do produce smells that would make a whole football stadium weep.
Or melt.
Do you do that? Something comes at me sometimes, and I think, when did I eat plastic?
No. But that'll be it. Your bowel will fall off.
Your bowel can't fall... Your bowel isn't on the outside, it can't fall off.
It could just flop down on the inside.
It could prolapse.
Exactly. Something terrible. And you'll just wake up. That's all you look forward to in your first 50 years is things get better and better and better.
It's
you
great.
get healthier and you have more sex and you get more money and you have more fun and you go to more
the
countries.
best years of your life,
and then you get to 50 and all you have to look forward to is bits stopping working until something catastrophic goes wrong and then it's absolutely dead.
Oh, my God.
But the first 50 years you have a massive party. The next one you have a massive party and you're not there because you're in a box at it. That's the bloody
Well, why don't we just shift...
Why don't I have a funeral now? That's a good idea.
Should we just ship you off to Dignitas? Do you want to do that? In a really fast coffin.
I've considered it. And the other thing as well is...
You haven't seriously considered
I
it.
have. I don't want to die and I don't... Well, I don't want...
Well, you don't want to die, don't go to Dignitas.
Do you not think every morning when you wake up, I wonder if today's the day I'm going to die?
No, I don't. Who starts a day like that?
Me.
Well, it's because you're a big scab on legs, but if you weren't, put some cream on that, you'll feel fine.
No, but don't you do... Is it just me?
Yes.
Do you just think, will it be painful, will it be now?
No. Why this? But look at it this way, Jeremy. Here's the thing. I'm an optimist in life, OK, and I'm a fairly cheery bloke, OK. And when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I think, yeah, OK, maybe I feel a bit down. I look in the mirror and I say, take that frown, turn it upside down. OK, have a nice day. Because if you might want to remember that, because if you go through life feeling down and all, you know, old Eeyore over there, grumpy boots...
I should be lying down like this, ready for this,
Then that's no...
long enough, I can't.
Then that's no... Don't spread your disease all over the couch. We can... the whole thing is a scabies zone now. Say it with me. Say, take that frown, turn it upside down. Say, see how it feels. Ready?
Take the fountain upside down?
No. Take that frown, turn it upside down. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Take that fountain.
No, not fountain. Frown. You ready?
Frown.
Frown.
Take that frown.
Like old Eeyore face there. Now listen,
that
here we go.
frown.
Shh, calm down. Listen. On the count of 3. And this could be quite a major turning point in your life, Clarkson. And for this, there is no charge. 1, 2, 3. Take that frown, turn it upside down. Doesn't that feel better?
No.
OK. All right, yeah, before we say goodbye to Jeremy, and we've got to say, thank you for him for stepping in, because he was invited on the series to come on later in the series, but he's come on now anyway.
And you know, I have nothing to sell. I have no book, no DVD, no TV show. But I can't mention the name of the bank I work at.
But you've given a real shot in the arm to the euthanasia industry while you've been out here. And you're not even getting any money for that. That shows you in a very good light.
Exactly.
Death with dignity. Shall we get my next guest out, ladies and gentlemen? This is camp as Freddie Mercury's Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome Louie Spence? Marvellous, Louie Spence. You see, you brought out the devil in me. Louie Spence. I love seeing Louie on TV. I've got no idea what he actually does. No. That's the thing. What do you do at the Pineapple Dance Studio? We see this show and I joined it. I started watching because I love reality shows generally, and suddenly there you are, force of nature, an elemental character, dancing poetically. What do you actually do there?
I'm the artistic director.
What does that mean?
It means that I just don't really do much. I'm just floating around being pretty fabulous.
So...
Someone's got to do it. I'm like spitting at people if I get excited.
Well, is that because of what's going on with the weird, what is the...
Oh, really? Weird?
No, well, no, look, I'm the first to admit I can't speak very well.
No.
I have a... The word is the W, the R is the W.
Yeah, we'd be crap if we were buying a Rolls Royce. Not that I can afford it.
Don't get me started on a Ferrari, because I can't even get anywhere near that. But did something... Were you just have
No, I was born with it. I was born with it. I've always
born
had...
with what? A big tongue, is that? Or just a weird palate? What's
No,
going
a big a speech impediment. No, I was born with a lisp.
So you already had... Oh, you always had a lisp?
I always had a lisp, but when I was 12, I was doing trampolining, and I was doing a double front, and I didn't
Is that
untuck.
a double flip?
Yeah, it's a double front, like that, but I didn't untuck, so I just kept... And when I was concentrating, I was like that. And I went like that, and my teeth went through my tongue. Look.
Oh!
Huh?
I can see it.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 12. Oh. No, I felt more pain since.
Poor little soldier. Louis,
Yes.
OK. Talk me through the Pineapple Dance Studio, the show, the experience, the place. You are the artistic director.
Yeah.
In charge of fabulosity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a place. It's been there for 30 years. The dance studio, which you know, everyone comes to rehearse there. All the
Famous.
West End
It's
shows.
like a landmark. It's like a landmark.
Yeah. I mean, everyone comes there. Like,
when did you join it? Because you were a professional dancer.
Yeah,
before
I've been going there all my life. I mean, I've danced there all my life. But I started working there 10 years ago.
How old are you, Louis? Can I ask that?
I'm 41.
So 41, but you're still incredibly athletic. You still got it all going on.
Yeah, no, I work.
When did you in Cats here in the West End?
Yeah, I was magical Mr. Mistopheles. There you go. Imagine Mistopheles, all those S's.
Yeah.
You know, I was knackered.
You still keep yourself in shape, though. You still keep dancing. And is that just for fun, or is that because you're at the Pineapple?
No, it's for fun. It's, you know, I've been active all my life, so it's something that you just can't give up on. Yeah. You know, it just doesn't feel right. If I stop dancing, I feel as though, like, my whole body is just closing in on me, so...
True that, brother. True that.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, get me blood. Nothing. One with your respect, innit?
Jeremy.
Hello.
Louis teaches dance. Don't you teach dance?
Yeah, I can.
Is there a cut-off point? Could if me and Jeremy wanted to learn a dance routine, what if we wanted to learn like something from Cats for children in need, Jeremy? Could you teach us?
What if we didn't want to learn a dance?
I think you
My
should.
question first.
I think you should. You see, what you'd have to start by going to cat school. Because when you do cats, like, you had to have, like, cat school. So you'd have to, literally, you'd have to crawl around, like, when you...
Well, could I see a bit of cat action?
Yeah.
How does a cat... Jeremy, watch this. We might be doing this next year.
Now, when you start, you get your character, but then you become the cat and you... and you undulate like a cat would.
Oh, Jesus.
And then, so you just go around, and then you spray.
Paul, didn't I see that in a Style Council video a few years ago?
No, but
or was it the Merton Parkers?
No, but also we'd have to, when we were doing it and we were going around, we'd have to literally do what cats do. We'd have to sniff each other's arses. They'd tell us, you know, like. But mind you, when you're in lycra, it's quite nice rubbing up and down against other people. Like, you know, like silk knickers. No? And I just say, listen, I was beside myself when they said I went on holiday, hence being so brown. It was very last minute.
Oh, sorry. That's such a gay man thing to say, hence being so brown. Like, really bigging up your own tan.
Yeah, well, of course. Why wouldn't I? Listen, I spent 3 days getting back for you.
Oh, did you?
Listen, I think... Like,
well, where were you?
Well, I was in Tenerife. But I was on an island.
Will you walk back from...
No. Listen, it took 3 days. I had to get the plane, which I maxed out my credit card on. I may be becoming famous, but I'm not rich.
OK.
Right, so, got a plane, then I got to the airport, and when I got to the airport...
who were you with? Were you alone?
No, with my husband. I'm married. We do that now, the gays.
I know. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Anyway, so...
How long have you been married for, Louis?
Married for 3 years, been with him, well, nearly 3 years, been together 10 years.
Well, how lovely. That's so nice.
Yeah, it is. It's very good.
So you were out there together on holiday in Tenerife?
Out there together, so I thought, when I found out I was coming on your show,
cool, yeah.
I thought, right, get yourself a nice suntan, work out in the gym, get ready for Jonathon, because I know he's in touch with his feminine side, because you know all of Barbra Streisand's songs.
I am essentially, I'm just a gay man who doesn't really like...
Exactly. Anyway, got the tickets. When we get to the bus, we had a bus number. Mine was number 4, seat number 52.
Louis. so much more information than I really need. Just the high points.
I got here for you. Gwyneth and them, they could have hired a private jet. Listen, they could have hired a private jet, flown round that cloud and got a boat. You see,
well, you know what?
That's
Can I
how
just
important you are to me.
You know what? I am touched.
Listen, I'm so disappointed. I mean, the guys are great,
Louie,
but...
I wanted to see you in the... There's a lovely group there, you're right, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see you sitting between Demi Moore
Demi
and
Moore,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow,
Oh, yeah.
and Robert Downey on him. I'm sorry.
Enough.
And hence...
So this was more for Robert.
Demi. Well, yeah, I mean, eventually it would have been for him, but I would have worked my way through, you know...
Do you find women attractive as well, then? Or is it...
Yes.
So you have a crush on... You'd have a crush on Robert, but you'd also think Demi, that would be a lovely idea.
Come on, Demi and Gwyneth, that's gorgeous. I mean, you know, come on, a gay man sitting in between them two, photo option-y, bang. Hence this. Yeah, I don't mean... Yeah, but I mean, hence the low top. That was more for Demi.
You think she's had a bit of work done?
Oh, come on, and listen, I'm probably never going to meet Demi Moore, am I? I mean, really? I mean, I'm on a reality show. I'm on you.
Keep this up. Not only will we not meet her, she'll have you removed from the planet.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, come on, let's keep this real. I mean, what is she, 49 or 48?
Just you and me, girlfriend.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's she had done?
Well, literally, she's had some facial work there done. I don't know what it is. You
Chin?
can still...
But you can't do the neck. How's the neck look so
No,
good?
well, I think...
You can't do the
no,
neck.
listen,
You can't do the neck.
I
I've
think
looked
if
into
you look closely, there's something a little
I
bit
asked Sharon
tight there.
Osbourne up close.
I think they can do it they do it in here now, don't they? Do it from the inside. Whatever, I don't care. She's had some work.
But she looks great.
She looks phenomenal.
So you would say that's money well spent?
That is money well spent. I don't care. You know, don't get me wrong, she looks phenomenal, but don't beat around the bush, say, I don't work and I don't do this. Babe, you dye your hair and you've got a great surgeon.
Well, when I... But you haven't had any work done, have you, Lou? I mean, you said
No,
you
I had a bit of Botox, which has worn off now.
But you don't need fun. Why did you bother with the Botox?
Because my mum wanted it. So I said to him, give me a little bit and put the truckload in her.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But...
So you just had a little
but
tiny...
I had a filler here.
And is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's great, because it looked like I'd been hit with a chopper in the head.
Yeah, I've
here.
seen that sort of thing.
So, literally 2 years ago, 30 seconds, 250 quid. I'm sorry, well worth it, the fillers. Restylane, I think.
Well, OK, listen. Be honest.
Restylane.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Have a look at me.
No, I think...
What should I have done?
You?
I'm 49.
No, you see, I think... I mean, really...
Well, he's not listening.
Is it turned off in there?
Yes.
I mean, really, if you're 1 year younger than him...
I am. Well, no, only about 6 months younger.
I mean, really.
What's he done to himself?
He is like a bleeding Ford Escort, isn't he? You're like a Ferrari, really. I mean, really. Twitter. I want more Twitter. Demi, that's what I wanted Demi here
I want
for.
more Twitter. What does that mean?
The Twitters. The Twitters.
You want to be more...
Yeah, I want to be more Twitters.
You want more people following you?
Yeah.
OK, well...
Yeah, and I thought if Demi comes on, I could have a word with her.
It's Demi, not Demi. Demi's like a small house, a Demi.
Yeah, Demi is a demi-plie. It's like Demi, that's Demi, and then the full is a full plie. That's all the way down.
Louie, how can I open up my inner thigh area? I'm tight as anything in there. I can't open it up. If I wanted to do... Because I like to...
Do you want to give me a hand, boys? No. I'll open it up. No, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, no, it's not... Do you know what? Hold on.
When I go here, the whole body twists around.
Do you know you haven't got bad legs, have you?
Look,
They're quite nice. No, they're quite nice. See, if you do your Demi like that, and then you do a nice full...
Yeah, but I can't get down that far.
You could maybe just take and just give it a quick little lift over, you know, and just...
When you do that, please make sure you don't sneeze.
No. Well, I can talk out my arse.
You're remarkably supple.
And for 41...
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. 41, man and boy.
Yeah, there's no need to let yourself go.
Paul, you want some of this action?
It's free.
Would you use Louie in your next video if you make a video, Paul?
See? There you go, Paul's got taste.
What would you use him for?
A remake, Town Called Malice.
Have you ever...
Yeah. Sorry, I used to love that.
Don't sing A Town Called Malice in front of
Look,
Paul.
I never said I could sing, but I couldn't help it.
Also, if you're going to sing a bit, don't just go, yeah.
That's all I can do, yeah. Town Called Malice. My sister loves him. My sister loves you. She said, can I get your autograph? I said, no, I can't ask him, but I can now, because I have, and I will.
OK, Louie.
Great.
Let me ask you something.
Go on.
Would you consider adopting? Do you want to have kids?
Oh, me and my partner really, really do want kids.
Because you're a lovely man, you're full of life. I could see you've been in a long and stable relationship. I could see that would be a nice thing for you.
But at the moment, I don't have the financial stability. And I know that when people say, you know, you don't have to have money to have kids because heterosexual people have kids and they don't have any money. But I think being a homosexual...
Hold on.
I know, it's frightening, isn't it? I do have that choice, and I've seen the way my sisters have struggled with 4 kids.
So you want to make sure that you can adequately look after yourself and your lifestyle you have
absolutely.
as well as...
Not my lifestyle so much, but I think kids are so expensive. But yeah, I would love kids, but, you know, hopefully if this all goes well and, you know...
Louie, I get the feeling inside you always felt like you always knew you were a star. And it took the rest of the world maybe a bit longer to cotton on than you would have hoped. Were you frustrated at all, and did you think that boat had sailed?
No.
Is this a late rescue?
No, I was never frustrated. I had an absolute amazing career. I did everything I wanted to do, and also I said, you know, to the producer of this show and to, you know, the TV channel and everything, if this all went tomorrow, I have everything I want. I have a wonderful partner who I absolutely love and loves me. I've got a Hyundai i10. I know, but it was when I put the Escort XR3i in for scrappage and I got 10 grand, you know, that 2 grand thing. Anyway, so I got that. I've got my housing association flat.
So you're sorted there.
Exactly.
You've got a roof over your head.
Exactly.
You've got a car to drive around in, and you've got a man to spoon.
Exactly. So I've got everything. Before this all happened and what's happening...
You were happy?
I had everything I wanted. This is just a bonus. If it continues, then it's great, and maybe I could afford to have kids.
Well, it's the cherry on the cake, and what a lovely cake it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm thrilled to have met you. Ladies and gentlemen, Louie Spence. What a joy. Thank you. Good to see you, and you may peel that away. Give us a applause before you go. There he goes, off for 15 pints and a punch-up. A regular Friday night.
Very good.
Well, you guys should, Jeremy, exchange details and check your diary, and we'll get sorted for this catch thing we're going to do.
Ross, I've still got a job.
He needs to cheer him up, Louie. Give him a nuzzle. No! Oh, wow. Jeremy, go on.
It's the good thing about this. I'm an old man, I'm in soda.
Right, OK. We're now to attempt something that we've never done before on the show. It's going to be a 3-way interview, or 4 ways if you count from here, I guess. A 3-way interview via the internet into 3 separate locations in America. What could possibly go wrong with that? I can't think of anything. OK, we're going to go first to New York, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to give her a welcome as if she just walked through this door because she wanted to be here. It is the fabulous Gwyneth Paltrow. There she is! It's working! Hi, gorgeous, how are you? Gwyneth Paltrow in New York City. Live right now as we're speaking. Gwyneth, let me just check. This is genuinely because you actually live here much of the time, don't you, here in the UK?
I do, and we were in New York for the Easter holidays, and we got stranded. We're stuck.
So that is genuinely because of the ash. It's not because you took out a restraining order against me from last time you were on the show.
No, in fact, I thought you were going to call me after the last show, but you never did. So.
Yep. Changed every one of her numbers. OK. Now, let's say congratulations on Iron Man 2. Who's excited about seeing Iron Man 2? Who didn't love Iron Man 1? And one of the things I loved about it, obviously, was the relationship between you, your character, and Tony Stark. You're back as Pepper Potts. It must be fun going back into a movie when you've had, obviously, a good time making the first one. Also, it's been a huge success. It must be lovely revisiting. I don't think you've done a sequel before, have you?
No, this is my first sequel. It was a great experience, I have to say. You know, working with Robert is like, it's like, there are not enough superlatives to describe, and Jon Favreau is such a funny, smart guy, and it felt really easy. It was great. We just had a really good time.
I don't know anyone who doesn't love Robert Downey Jr. It's a remarkable thing. Of course, you got to work as well with, and he defied people a bit more, but I think he's tremendous. I'm a huge fan. Mickey Rourke. How was it working with Big Mickey?
I actually didn't have a lot of scenes with Mickey. I used to pass him in the, sort of trailer areas, and he was terrifying. Yeah. So, he had like these crazy dreads and fake metal teeth and tattoos, and he was a very interesting sight. He looked like a bad guy, but actually in person he's a very sweet guy. He was really nice.
But you're friends with Madonna. You've seen that kind of look before, I'm sure. She's got bigger arms, I think. Anyway, hey, Gwyneth, how's life with Chris? How's the band going? What are Coldplay up to? I'm keen. I'm excited to hear some more stuff from them. Are they recording at the moment? What's he doing?
Yep, they're back in the studio. He's really well. He's working really hard, and they're all super focused, and they seem to be really happy with what they're doing.
Good. But we're not gonna lose him and the band to the States, are we? Because I know, obviously, they're super popular here, but I think they get a hard time here sometimes. I don't know if you notice this. People are a bit whingy about Coldplay. In America, they're much more welcoming, they're much more supportive, and I've got this horrible feeling he's going to think, sod it, I'll move out there. That's not what he's thinking, is it?
No, not anytime soon, but y'all better watch your mouths. Yeah, otherwise you're going to lose it.
Yeah, because, people give him a hard time. Hey, back to Iron Man 2. I've seen the movie, I went to see the film. Bizarrely, I went to see it with my wife, my kids, and David the Haymaker Hay, the British boxing champion, who I bumped into in the street. Now, he loved the movie, I'm pleased to say, but every time your co-star Scarlett Johansson came on screen wearing a very tight costume, he let out what I can only describe as an animal growl. Yeah. She gets to wear the costume, she gets to do the martial arts. You don't have any of that action. I'm hoping if there's a number 3, are they gonna give you something tight to wear? Are you gonna get to kick someone?
That would be good. I'm ready to kick some people.
Gwyneth, don't go away. We're going to come back and speak to you some more in a minute. For now, ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in saying thank you to the beautiful Gwyneth Paltrow? Thank you, Gwyneth. Hang around. We'll be back because now we've got Robert Downey Jr. in Los Angeles. Hopefully this will work. Ready to talk to us as well about Iron Man 2. Let's go over now live to Robert Downey Jr. Here he is now. OK. Is this the link on?
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Dimitri from Latvia. Who's yours?
Well, never mind who's we's. We're speaking. We want to speak to Robert Downey Jr. You're on our link here. I'm sorry. What are you doing?
He's not here. I'm looking for Olga.
Well, I don't know who Olga is.
What do you want?
I'll tell you what I want. I want you not to move that right hand of yours. It doesn't like you wearing pants. Can we get this down? This is not. Can we find out where's Robert Jr.? Don't take it personally, mate. It's just. We can take that out of the show. OK, we're going to LA, where hopefully Robert Downey Jr. is. Let's have a look and say... There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Robert, hello. I'm sorry about that. I don't understand what that was.
You gotta be kidding me with this, John.
You're not looking for Olga, are you?
What was that?
OK. How are you? Looking great. Look at Robert Downey Jr. You look tanned, you look relaxed, you look fit as a fiddle, and I know you're disappointed not to be here because you love this country and you know that the fans here love you, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like an honorary Brit having played Sherlock Holmes, and contrary to popular belief, I'm happy to do your show in person anytime.
Hey, here's the thing I want to ask Robbie about. Before we talk about Iron Man 2, I loved Sherlock Holmes, and here's a movie you didn't think necessarily was going to work because you've got an American playing this famous English detective. You've got Guy Ritchie, who's more known for kind of modern kind of movies. You've got Jude Law, who I would have thought was a bit too pretty to be Watson. As a matter of fact, sometimes I think he's a bit too pretty to play any man. But it all came together brilliantly. There's one scene I want to ask you about where I got the feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you'd drawn on your training, your experience of playing Charlie Chaplin into Sherlock Holmes.
Which scene?
You know the scene when he escapes, he climbs down the roof, and then he goes to a marketplace to disguise himself. And he does lots of little moves and flicks, and I thought that's very Chaplin-esque. That reminded me of the work you did in that movie with Richard Attenborough.
No.
But you are. Apparently the link's going down. We have to go back to Dimitri in Latvia.
No, not Dimitri. Come on, I'm here and I'm real. I love you, John.
All right, OK, now, I've already said this to Gwyneth, but congratulations to you as well for Iron Man 1 and in advance for Iron Man 2. I think Iron Man has been one of, if not the most successful superhero movie of all time. I mean, it's, you know, a real success story. On the one hand, it gives you the chance to do it again. On the other hand, I imagine it's fairly daunting. You've got to match that first one, and it's always harder to get it right the second time out of the trap.
Yeah, I really don't know much about how things work that way. I just felt like, wow, what a great opportunity. And you're right, though. It's a lot tougher to try to recapture something that you don't really quite know how you got the chemistry right there. But again, with my dear Ms. Paltrow, I think that's half the movie done right there. So, you know, thanks to her.
Well, I love the fact that the kind of romance side of it comes out a lot more in this movie, and you get a lot more time with the characters as well. Of course, as I said, we have the gorgeous Scarlett Johansson here, but Mickey Rourke is fabulous as the Whiplash guy. What was it like working with him? How does he get? Does he stay in character? Is he one of those kind of guys?
Also gorgeous. Mickey was a much more internal type actor. So during his emotive scenes, he would have John holding rosaries and pictures of deceased relatives off camera. I basically show up, drink a coffee, and I'm ready to party.
But you don't party as much after hours as you used to, of course, do you?
How about not at all?
Okay. So when Mickey's finished the day's work and you see him heading off with a couple of young fans that maybe he's met on the internet, I don't know where he finds them, he's heading off for a while. Like we had Kiefer Sutherland on last week and he invited me out for a drink after the show, and man, did I ever dodge a bullet there. But do you ever, when you see Mickey going out to cut loose or you other people, do you ever feel any regret? Do you wish you could still be doing that, or are you pleased that period of your life is just gone?
You mean, do I feel regret that I'm not 9 sheets to the wind, doubled over in an alley somewhere?
Yes, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, don't we all? But those days are gone. Hey, what about the suit? The suit is one of the best things about the idea of that character in the comic, and it works on the movie as well. If they hadn't got the suit right, the movie wouldn't have worked the first time out. Do you get to keep one? Have you got an Iron Man suit or mask for home use?
Home use. I have pieces. I have pieces of it, but it's a pretty costly item, and I'm not. Maybe they don't trust me. It's not like I would do anything kinky with it.
You must have a mask, don't you? You must have the helmet.
I got a mask, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you know that there's a guy in Canada who spent an awful lot of his own money trying to develop an Iron Man suit? Are you familiar with this person at all?
No, please tell me his name.
Okay. His name is Troy Hurtubise. Okay, and here's the true story about him. He was savaged by a bear when he was 20 years old. It sounds like a weird comic, doesn't it? He vowed it would never happen again, so he has spent 9 years and $150,000, apparently, developing this suit. You'd think he'd just stay away from the woods, but no, he's gone the suit development route. Robert, I'm going to talk to you some more. We're going to go back to Gwyneth, because you love working with Gwyneth. If there's... this is going to be a huge success. That's pretty much a given. I know you maybe don't want to say that, but...
No, it's a foregone conclusion. This film is going to be massive.
Okay. This film's going to be huge. Presumably, are you signed on for third one with Gwyneth? Do you know if you're both committed?
We are committed, and I'm in agreement with you, John. We got to get Paltrow in a suit, and we got to show that rockin' body of hers, and she's got to tear somebody up.
Let's do that. Let's maybe they can both beat up on you. Let's see that.
Right.
Let's go back to Gwyneth. Robert, don't go anywhere. Let's see if we've still got Gwyneth over in New York, so we can say, Gwyneth, Robert's with me on the suit thing. Are you up for the skin type outfit? Are you ready to go for that?
I think I would be fine with Louie's shirt. I mean, he's got all the cleavage in the green room right now. I got nothing.
Have you seen the Pineapple Dance Studio show with Louie in?
Yes.
You know what? That's the only sane response, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to head off, I know, Gwyneth, so we're going to say goodbye to you now, but thank you so much for joining us here, even though you couldn't be here in the studio. I hope to see you again over here sometime in the near future. Congratulations again on Iron Man 2, and good luck with the family and everything else that's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Gwyneth Paltrow.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Gwyneth. Thank you so much. So listen, we've still got Robert in LA, but before we go back to Robert, we have Demi Moore in another location in New York. Should we go over and say hello to Demi, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. OK, because she was due to be here. Let's go over to Demi Moore, live in New York as well. That's what... No, what's... No one wanted to see that. Can we see if Demi Moore is in New York? I don't want to see this guy again, please. The pants are really horrible. There's Demi Moore, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Demi. How lovely to see you again. Wow.
Wiping my nose.
Demi, I'm so, I'm very sad you couldn't make it over here. I know everyone here in the audience is sad they didn't get to see you in the flesh right here. I guess you're disappointed as well. Do you get over to the UK much?
I try to. I have good friends there, and I was very disappointed. I stayed in New York in hopes of the flights opening up. No luck. They said I could get in on Monday, but not soon enough.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before we talk about Demi's movie, which I love, by the way, And I saw it with my...
thank you.
I saw it with my daughter's 13, and she adored it as well. And we were both struck about how great you look. I mean, Demi Moore, it's incredible how great Demi Moore looks, isn't it? Demi, well, you look phenomenal. And my daughter said, she can say this kind of thing, because I couldn't, it would sound creepy. She said she has the backside of a 14-year-old.
I have no response to that. Please thank her for me.
I will do. But you look incredible. Are you just... how much do you work out? How do you stay in such great shape? Because really, you see this movie, and I'm going to show you a clip in a minute. You won't believe how good Demi looks. How do you keep that way?
Well, I'd like to say that I work out a lot, but in truth, I try to avoid it and do as little as I possibly can to get by.
That's about the most irritating thing you could have said, looking the way you do.
Sorry.
OK. Hey, I know you and your husband, Ashton, you're both big Twitter people. I think he has the largest following of any individual on the planet.
He does right now.
Something like 4.5...
I was going to ask, are you following me?
Yes, I am following you.
Oh, thank you. I'm following you.
Well, you never respond to any of my DMs. We had Mr. Ashton Kutcher, Demi's husband, here on the show, a charming fellow, a lovely man. He showed us his deformed foot. He couldn't have been a nicer, more agreeable guest. He has. He's got some sort of a weird webby thing going on down there.
It's not deformed. It's not deformed.
It's clearly, it's
but his
it's
toes
deformed.
are attached.
He could get a parking permit for that foot right now. He could get some sort
But
of
if you
tax
ask
thing.
him, he will tell you he has gorgeous feet.
It's the deformed foot. But here's the thing. He put a picture of you on Twitter. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the picture that Ashton put of Demi on Twitter, bending over? Now, did he have your permission, or did he just... was that a sneaky thing that he just did just for the hell of it?
He was being a little sneaky, and he's very lucky that I looked good.
Yeah. Could you ask him if he could possibly put some more pictures like up there for us all?
I think there's a moratorium because he knows I'm just laying in wait to get him.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm sure his fans, the ladies out here, would love to see, and some of the fellas would love to see Ashton bending over wearing a pair of tight white underoos.
I'm going to work on that.
OK. Let's talk now about The Joneses. This is Demi's new movie. It's just come out now in the UK. Set up the premise. It's a great idea for a film. It's one of those ideas... When I saw it, I thought, I can't believe this hasn't been done before, because it's such a clever and very timely idea. Tell us the premise, will you?
Well, generally, it's a it's a family, and our job is stealth marketing, and it's in the idea of keeping up with the Joneses. We move in, and you see that we have all the latest and greatest clothing, cars, golf clubs. Beauty products, and the idea is that we're selling a lifestyle, but in fact we're not exactly a real family, and the overall relevance is it's showing how people are leveraging their life for stuff. And in the end, the message is really about the fact that it's our connection with one another that ultimately brings us happiness, and that having a desire for nice things is just the icing on the cake.
Well, you know what? I really liked it. I laughed a lot more, because it's also very funny. I mean, it's not just a kind of message movie. It's very funny as well. There's some funny ideas in it, some funny moments from all the characters, but it does have a kind of moral heart, which is unusual these days, but it is... very timely. I really enjoyed it. And you must be thrilled with it, because to come out and do something, you haven't done a movie for a while, but to do something as good as that, that must be a great feeling.
No, I'm excited. I really love this film. I thought it was very smart, unique, clever. It's a comedy, but you're right, it has a good heart and a good message.
Now, do you go and see movies as a family? Do you? Because your daughters, I know at least one of them is acting as well now. Of course, Bruce, your ex, he's one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. Ashton's a movie star. Do you all go and see each other's films and then talk about the performances, or do you avoid doing that? Do you avoid kind of discussing the work side of life?
No, we all. I think that we share as just a kind of larger extended family, and so support one another with everything that we do. But I would say we probably just enjoy going to the regular movie theater more than going to see our own films.
Yeah. Speaking of your ex, Mr. Willis, he's been on the show several times, and I'm sure he's mentioned me to you, because I think he sees me as a bit of a role model when he comes over here.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so. But I love and I admire the way you all seem to have pulled off this successful transition, going through a divorce and then still staying close, still staying very much a family. He seems to be, really cool with your setup. You seem to be able to welcome him in. And not many people manage to pull that off. What's the secret, if there is one?
You know what? I think the most important thing is that you make your kids your priority. And I think when you shift your focus to that, then it becomes very easy. As well as recognizing that in some way we are a family and will always be a family, just in a different form.
He's a terrific guy. Ashton's obviously very cool with him. Do they ever hang out together separately from you, or is it always when there's the family unit?
No, they've done things together. They've gone scuba diving together, you know, watch sports, hang out, call each other. Yeah.
It's nice. Hey, before we say goodbye to Demi, congratulations again on the film. It's great. I'm hoping we'll see you. Do you know what you're doing next? Are you going to make some more? Have you got some other things lined up, or are you going to go back to family life?
No, I have a film that I'm starting with Miley Cyrus. That's a remake of a French film called LOL.
You know, you want to watch out for Miley, because I've had Miley in the show here, and I had to lie down for about 3 weeks afterwards.
Why is that?
She's exhausting. I think she... Remember that movie, The Omen, with Damien? I think she's related. Have a look. Part the hair. See if there's a 6 up there somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Demi Moore. Thank you, Demi. Much love to your family and all those up there. Thank you so much for joining us. OK, we've got time just to go back over. Let's just go back over and say hello and goodbye to Robert Downey Jr. Robert, are you there, sir? There he is. Robert, good to see you again. Listen, before we go,
John.
are you coming back over? Because I know you love being here. Is that on the cards?
Yes, I will be back in glorious London and the UK this fall to shoot Sherlock 2.
Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, I know he has a lot of fans, and all of us are impressed by his just sheer physical beauty. If there's a more beautiful man on the planet, I haven't seen it. I don't normally like men with beards, but even I would have to snuggle up to you and spoon a little bit. Could you just... could you smoulder for the camera a little bit before you go, Robert? It was like going back to the 80s, that was. It was fabulous. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree he's a spectacular movie star. He's a lovely man. I thank you for joining us again. Mr. Robert Downey Jr.
Thank you,
Thanks,
John.
Robert.
Thank you all.
Take it easy. I'll see you again soon, I hope. The great Robert Downey Jr. Thanks also to Gwyneth and Demi for joining us. And I suppose, if he's there, we should maybe say goodbye to Dimitri, if he's there. Oh, for goodness sake.
Hello.
That's one of the saddest things I've seen in my entire life. Dimitri, ladies and gentlemen, he joined us. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry, Robert. Take care. Well, hey, look at that.
This is just a travesty. Where's Olga? Is he still waiting for her?
Did you find Olga?
Coming soon.
No, we don't want to know what you're up to. Did you find Olga? I think we should end this now, because this won't go anywhere good. Take care, Dimitri. Robert, great to see you again. Robert Downey Jr., ladies and gentlemen. OK, thanks to all my guests tonight. In the studio, Louie, Spence and Jeremy Clarkson. We had, over in America, Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow and Demi Moore.